Hello, everyone. We are here today at the city of Deltona, and we are here to talk about West Volusia tourism. And we are here to talk about all the great things that are happening in West Volusia, especially with weddings and events and the exciting things. My name is Joe Hearn. I am the events manager and marketing director for the city of Deltona at the center. And I have the pleasure of being here with the amazing Georgia Carter-Turner with the West Volusia Tourism. And Georgia, thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to come
Tell
to
us a little bit about you and what you do here with West Volusia Tourism.
Well, I'm going on my 5th year of being with the West Volusia Tourism Office. We are the tourism agency and advertising arm for the county for the 14 communities along the St. Johns River.
Wow.
So that's everything from up in Pearson and Astor and that beautiful part of the area on down to Deltona and Enterprise. So we have a huge area that we're promoting for all of these wonderful things for tourism. So
And
we're one of 3 tourism offices in
Wow.
the county. There's one in New Smyrna, there's one in Daytona Beach, and then there's us. So, and we've got all the cool stuff.
I was going to say,
everybody knows we've got all the cool
you've got
stuff.
the gems. I mean,
We really do.
even in Deltona here, we have so many amazing park
Well,
systems.
I know, and I've just been showing you this and holding this up. If our citizens of Deltona have not seen this brochure yet, they need to go get it because it is all about the eco parks and all exciting things that are happening in Deltona. And my favorite, I hate to admit, is Lyonia, just because we have a project that we've been doing within the last few years that is called the Wings of the West. And one of the prettiest wings that we have in all of West Volusia is at Lyonia. It's a scrub jay.
It's beautiful.
Our artist in residence, Erica Group, did this several years ago. I know there's several people in town that said, that should be the city emblem. But it is an absolutely beautiful display, and we encourage people to go out and have and as we say, get your wings.
Absolutely.
So I love Lyonia, but I really do love all the other parks as well. But we're very, very, very fortunate to have, and I wanted to get that in first because people are always asking us where the wings are, and that is out at Lyonia Preserve.
Lyonia Preserve. And the brochures you can also pick up here at City Hall, and you can also pick them up at the center. You definitely want to check it out. It really walks you through all the amazing parks that we have here in our city, and it's incredible. Talking about West Volusia, wow, you've got some beautiful things to work with in your job.
We
I
do.
mean,
We have 3 state parks. Blue Spring, where all the manatees are, DeLand Springs, where the pancakes are, and then Pontoon Island, that you have to take a ferry over
Beautiful.
to go to it. And then we have a National Wildlife Refuge at Lake Woodruff National Wildlife Refuge, plus all of our different little communities. I mean, we have 14 communities. Don't put me on the spot and make me name them. But we do. I mean, all along the way that everybody has their own personality, and that's what I really think is so wonderful about West Volusia.
well, you've done a great job building relationships with all those communities, and you're a familiar face to many here in West Volusia, and I think it's a testament to the hard work that you do to bring notoriety to our area. And every time I get out in the community and I get to one of our parks, or I get to, Thornby Park or Lyonia Preserve here in Deltona, I'm so impressed by just how beautiful nature is in our community, and that access that it's in our backyard.
Well, I would put our trail system that we have in Volusia County, really all the way around Volusia County, up with any trail system in the United States.
Wow.
I mean, it is amazing. We're getting ready to be a part, and actually Deltona is the epicenter of it. We're getting ready to be a part of 2 major trail systems that when they're completed, you'll be able to go from Titusville over to Tampa.
Okay.
That's the Coast to Coast Trail.
Coast to coast,
Some
okay.
people may have already seen some of the signage.
So that's not the river to sea, that's
No,
different.
that's
Okay.
another one. So that's the Coast to Coast Trail. And if you think about it, you'll be able to get on a bike. Europeans and, Americans, everybody's going to love doing that. And that'll be done within the next couple of years. And then the other one that we're a big part of in West Volusia is a 5-county trail that's called the St. Johns River to Sea Loop.
Wow.
And that one goes from Deltona on up through Palatka, on over through St. Augustine, back down through Titusville, and then back over to this area.
Gorgeous.
And really, we are very, very fortunate that we've got so many gorgeous trails. If you can imagine being like the hit in the state, Tim Bailey, who's our county Parks and Recreation Director, he's really the just really revered within the state of Florida for doing so much with the trails here, because our trails are going to be some of the first that are finished within those two systems.
Wow.
So,
That's
it's
exciting.
already here and it's
Yeah.
already ready, but once we're a part of those two big ones, that's going to be huge, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, people are going to be here from all over the country, well, really all over the country and all over the world.
And hopefully that brings some great economic influx into our communities with festivals and,
It
different,
definitely will.
we're in the works of talking about a nature festival now.
Yeah.
And I think all the trails just give us the perfect platform to bring those people in the area.
They do.
And
So that's a big part of what we do. The outdoors, of course, is really what we've been promoting, especially during the pandemic, because people want to be outside.
Sure.
And a lot of people have discovered our trails and have discovered this part of the county
Yeah.
because of that.
And I'm finding that with the pandemic, a lot of people are, the show must go on. We still have birthdays, we still
Right.
have anniversaries, we still
Right.
have parties, and a lot of people are just moving those to outdoor venues,
Right.
to just where it's open air and they can still socially distance and
Right.
and have a good time. So
Or big venues,
Or-
like the one that you
That's
promote.
right.
And the center has just really gotten to be close to our heart. We
Yeah.
started promoting it a couple of years out before it was even a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Because one of our other initiatives is promoting destination weddings into the area, and the center is really the centerpiece of that beautiful, whole idea of having weddings within an area.
it is, and we just made a whole new pergola out there. We
I
got
know.
a beautiful wedding lawn. So, when people think of Volusia County, when they think of Florida, they think of our oceans. They think of the beach, which we all love the beach. They think
Right.
of swimming and surfing and fishing. And it's just amazing living in West Volusia how much more than just the beaches here in Volusia County, especially with our park systems and our trail systems.
Right.
I grew up in Central Florida. We had, Wekiva State Park. We had some beautiful places to go, but I've never seen so many consecutive, beautiful ecotourism parks till I moved to West Volusia.
Well, and two, you have to think of the other way too. When you said that, I was kidding around saying that they use that everybody utilizes our area, but we also are only 30 minutes from the beach. So that's to our benefit.
Huge.
Not only do we promote what we have in the area, but we've also got our two sister destinations, as I call them, with New Smyrna and Daytona Beach, that are name brands, and people know them. They might not know what West Volusia is, or Deltona, or Orange City.
Well, they're starting to know
or
with you here,
Astor,
that's
or
for sure.
whatever. They might not know all. Thank you, but they may not know all the different destinations. But really, if Orlando is claiming our two state park or our three state parks for themselves, I mean that's really a compliment.
Yeah.
But it's always been like that. I mean, we're really, really fortunate. Location.
And the
every day.
location for Deltona, the location for West Volusia is amazing. I've always said to people, we're 30 minutes from the beach, we're 30 minutes from major shopping in Orlando, and we're 10 minutes from the beautiful St. Johns River. So we really have the best of all worlds here in West Volusia, and that's probably why we're so popular and so many people are moving here, because it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful place to raise your family. I've never lived in such an area where community is so engaged and so important. Here in Deltona, just people come together when there's an issue, when there's a problem, everyone chips in and comes together. And in West Volusia, it's a really unique product. I think it's different from the east side. You've worked both markets. What is your thoughts on that?
Well, I really do think, I love Daytona Beach and New Smyrna and all that, don't get me wrong, but I really think that there's something, and I think I've narrowed it down to what it is. There's a pride in this area, how people are so proud. Really, all the way down those 14 communities, you can, find people that are just very, very proud of their, of their product.
And their heritage.
And their city.
Yeah.
And their heritage. And, one of our board members is with the Enterprise Museum. And just what they do as a little community of enterprise, and just how proud they are that they have, they've had a Smithsonian exhibit or two in the Enterprise Museum. Who has that? They've
Wow.
got Clyde Butcher there. They just have all kinds of cool things that are going on there. So, and you see that in Astor. We've got a couple of new projects that are going to happen in Astor, a new RV park and marina. Another realtor from over in Ormond Beach has bought the Astor Bridge Marina.
Oh,
And is
wow.
getting ready to completely redo it. So really, not everybody can say that, Joe, but from the top to the bottom, bottom to the top, we have something in every single community, and I could go down and name them.
And
Casadega,
surrounded by water.
yeah, and just different kind of things, like
Yeah.
Casadega Spiritualist Camp. I mean, just different kinds of attractions, and that's why we're so popular too with journalists. And that's my background. I've worked with journalists my whole entire career since I was 25 years old. And so people come here and to write about our area, and it's really given us a lot of good publicity. Everybody, all around, and we really spread the love around.
You really do. And I tell you, some of the work you've done in developing videos and literature that really amplifies everything we're talking about today and really gets it out to our community.
Right.
Spectacular.
Well,
That series you did with Erica Group, I don't know if you want to talk about that for a minute.
do.
It was absolutely breathtaking.
What's up in West Volusia that we're still
What's
gonna
up in West
be
Volusia?
doing that again, but and people can take a look at that on our website when I give the website in a minute. But that was a lot of times when you're in a smaller destination, you have to show people. You have to show them what you have. So
Yeah.
video has been our friend, and then the other thing that's really been our friend is video and getting people here. So once someone comes to Deltona, once someone comes to Orange City, once someone comes to DeLand, once they come to Pearson, wherever, they're our fan for life.
Yeah.
And that really, we have a lot of ambassadors, people that went to Stetson University are our fans for life. I mean, just people that even spent a short time here. And that's that pride factor.
Yeah.
It really is happening here. And
It's
I've said I'm
amazing.
proud about 20 times within this time. But I am proud of it because it's just a wonderful place to be.
Yeah.
It is.
It definitely is. I couldn't agree
And to
more.
brag about.
Absolutely. And we were talking about the Wings of the West, and
Yes.
we're excited. Do we have two in Deltona or just the Leonia?
We have the Lionia ones.
Okay.
So we have actually
Beautiful.
6.
So let's talk about how many you have and where they're
Okay.
at.
We have the original wings that Erica Group, who's our artist in residence, was working in a store in downtown DeLand and drew a set of wings in chalk to be a backdrop for a photo shoot that she was doing for the store that she was in, the dress shop. So people started going and having their photo made at those wings, and they would wash off, and then they'd have to paint them back or draw them back again. So she asked the owner of the building if she could actually draw them permanently, and it just became a viral sensation. I mean, thousands and thousands of people have come to a little alley
I
in
know.
the middle of DeLand to have their photo made at the looking like an angel at those wings. So we hired Erica several years ago to commissioned her to do 5 more wings, and the one, as I said, my favorite in Lionia. That's actually
Scrub Jay's beautiful.
yeah,
The
scrub
coloring
jay
is
that
stunning.
is the color. She studied scrub
Vibrant
jays
is beautiful.
with with the folks at Lionia and with Sandy and Steve Kittner and all those people. She studied what color they were, and then she did another one at the biplane wings at the airport.
Nice.
Where, in DeLand, where Skydive DeLand is. She did one at the I guess it's swallowtail kite wings out at the
Woodruff?
Lake Woodruff National Wildlife Refuge. She did fairy wings in the fairy garden at Casadega.
How cool.
And I think I'm missing one more, but and I don't know, that may be
DeBerry?
6. No, I can't remember the other one, but that's okay. We'll make everybody.
Barberville.
Yeah, Barberville.
That's
and we
it,
called them
right?
peacock wings.
Yeah, and
but
those
they're
are
actually
beautiful.
peacock feathers. So,
Okay.
And the big thing that Erica did was she kind of hid them all to where you have to. It's almost like a little scavenger hunt in itself. So at our, I don't have it with me today, but at our visitor center we have a Wings of the West map where people can go and you talk about checking things off. I mean, they love to do that. There's nothing like a good scavenger hunt.
They, especially for the wings.
Yes.
Because they're getting those photos and everything.
Now we're seeing more people taking the trails to bike to the wings. So that's something else that we'll probably be doing more of.
Sure.
Instead of just driving to them. And really, our hope is someday we might have a little one day a week or so, like a little shuttle that would go do the wings, because you can do it all in one day.
Wow, very nice. Even for some of our retirement communities,
Yeah.
what a nice little outing that would
Yeah.
be. And they're beautiful.
Fun.
I've witnessed them and they are stunning. That scrub jay here in Deltona,
It's beautiful.
I see why it's your favorite. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And she started off just with some chalk wings, and just got better and better and better. And so that by the time that she did especially the scrub jay ones, but then the fairy wings at Casadega are absolutely gorgeous.
I bet.
And they've held up really well because
Yeah.
she really made them a permanent fixture of what people can do. So we kind of created an attraction within an attraction for that. So
Yeah, it's amazing when you hear the word attraction. You think of the theme parks and you think of the beach and you think of that. And what we're talking about today is just beauty. I mean, just beautiful attractions, natural, wildlife, being out there in our park systems. And you've done an incredible job promoting that. The Wings of the West is a brilliant campaign. I hope that some of our viewers today can get out there and check them out, because they are great, and stop by the office, and you have a scavenger hunt there, or
we have a map that tells you where all the wings are mapped.
Very nice. So, and is that downloadable on your website as well?
Yes.
Fantastic. Let's talk about some of the promotions that you do to bring people into our area. We talked about the wings and some of the permanent things that you're doing. What kind of events does the West Volusia Tourism do to bring notoriety to West Volusia?
Well, we promote all of the events. I mean, everything that, from beer festivals to arts festivals to nature festival, if there is a nature festival, just those type of things. Really, that's more of what we are, is kind of like the clearinghouse for all the events. We just did a big blog for a organization over in Orlando, that's the OrlandoAttractions.com, that talked about everything there is to do for Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Or everything there is to do for Christmas, or for everything there is to do for whatever. So, putting it all together as 14 communities really shows that there are a lot of things to do within a small area like what we have. I was the director in Alabama for 16 counties, and we have more in 14 communities than we did in 16 counties there. But it's really the whole, collaboration, working with everybody else.
Yeah.
Because, and I do think, I go back to my pride thing all the time, but I do think that that's the beauty of it, is people in Deltona do want people in DeLand to succeed. DeLand, you might have a bigger platform so they could promote the manatees or the pancakes or whatever it might be. And I do see that more and more, Joe. I've almost been here 5 years, and I really, really do see a lot of collaboration, and with other parts. I know the city of Deltona works a lot with the city of Sanford.
A lot.
Because it's right here. So we don't ignore any of our neighbors. We just say, well, you like beer? You should go to all of our beer things, and then you also go over to, to Sanford. But speaking of which,
yes, please.
We're asking about our programs, and this is something that we just have put together within the last couple of months. We wanted to do it for summer because it was kind of a play on the words that we're cool over here in West Volusia. And
we are cool over here in West Volusia.
And we have cool things to do. Yeah. And it was also, if we were going to put it out in the summer, because sometimes people say it's too hot to come over here in the summer, but we say no, we really have cool things to do. And these were a lot of inside activities. It's a 13.
Please let our community know. Talk to our camera over
13
here.
13 different locations along, again, from up in Astor all the way down to Deltona, that are unique and interesting craft beverage locations. It's everything from coffee to mead, which is our friends over at the Odd Elixir in downtown DeLand. We have 4 breweries now that are included. We have a couple of places in the northern part of the county that not only make wine. We have one that's one of our board members actually makes wine for wine clubs and for special occasions. You need to meet her for weddings.
I
do. You do. And then another place that has a place where you can, like you pick them with muscadine grapes and later on in the year. So there's some things that are seasonal. We even put one of my favorite attractions, which is Kermit's Key Lime Pie, that has an outlet and a facility here where they make a lot of the products for Kermit's Key Lime Pie down in Key West.
Wow.
So just this is something that we have definitely encouraged people to do. And another thing, I wish I would have brought one, how we encourage them to go see some of the sites is if you go to 5 different sites and either fill out utilize the QR code, or else fill out a form, we'll give you a pint glass koozie. We'll send you a pint glass koozie that has the logo of Cool Craft. But it's a whole map. People Joe, people love the scavenger hunt.
Yes, they do.
So this is what we have for the Cool Craft.
Especially in West Volusia, because we have the area for it.
Yeah, so you just kind of follow along, and you can follow the different things you can go. There's, pictures of different, might go get a smoothie somewhere, or go get coffee or tea or wine or beer. So, and then there's even the pie. So This has been very, very popular. Anything that we can do, again, to get West Volusia good publicity.
Absolutely.
And this really rang home with a lot of our friends in the villages. The villages is a big part of our marketing. You ask about our marketing. So this rang true for people in the villages, over in Orlando, over on the east side. So this has been a fun project to do.
And many
because
times
we
I
like
run
beer.
into people in West Volusia and I'll say, where are you from? And Lake County does come up quite a bit.
Yes, they
so
do.
that is a popular draw for us.
Right, it is. And the villages has been our bread and butter for a long time. I mean, those, a retirement community where people love to come over and shop, to dine, to go to the different trails, and they're going to love this.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to love this. We've already started taking this. We used to do a lot of travel shows because we would go to the villages or over to the East Coast or whatever, and now people have had to get a lot more creative with travel shows because you don't want to go, maybe you don't want to go into a, like a community center and they want a social distance or whatever. So 2 or 3 of the shows that we have done, we've put our information out in the parking lot. They go get a bag at the beginning of the parking lot and come in and talk to us outside, and we put our information in their bags.
Wow.
And they drive off.
Wow.
So kind of like a drive-through travel show.
That's fantastic.
People are so creative in the pandemic.
And this whole program, I mean, with the pandemic, what
Right.
home run.
Right, because you can just kind of take your time, you can go, you can, do at your own pace. And that's really what we're all about here, is having people do things at their own pace anyway.
Absolutely.
And it's a slower pace.
Well, this cool craft thing is a slower pace and a fun pace.
Yeah.
So that would be a
Excited.
lot of excitement. And one thing I will say is I've noticed over the years with you, it's been a pleasure to work with you and to evolve West Volusia with you. But your relationships that you have built with just the different chambers, the different business organizations, everything that you're doing is an economic influx to our community. So
It is.
when little thing that you do, whether you bring some people in from the villages, most likely they're going to stop and grab a cup of coffee on the way, and they're going to pop in Dunkin' Donuts and get a donut.
And gas up.
Gas
get gas.
up and eat lunch. So we thank you for all that, because our small business community has definitely struggled this last year, and they're staying afloat with lots of creativity. But thank you for doing that, because it does make an impact on all of us when these people come to our area. One thing I hear a lot of, and I'm curious if you do as well, is a lot of photographers that come over the bridge to do weddings here in West Volusia. They are amazed by the beauty. Rustic weddings have been popular for a long time.
Right.
Being in a rustic area has been very popular. So when they come here, it's like they've got the best of every world, because they've got beautiful sunsets, stunning live oaks, gorgeous park systems and waterways. So just such a book of photography, should I say.
It is, yeah. We're very, very popular with photographers.
Yeah.
And I know there's I was in Flagler County for a while, and we had a photography, kind of like a fair there. It was a photography festival that we had, and there's one in Merritt Island that's, where you can come, and Jerry Mays with Deltona and I've talked about that before too.
We
He's
need
trying
to
to
do
get
that
more
here,
photographers here,
yeah.
because people love it, and they'll bring out those great big cameras, and and there might be some birds that they've never seen before,
Great
or
idea.
I think that's an opportunity. We've got a lot of opportunity here.
So much.
We
And you
really,
talk
really
about
do.
manatees, but not just manatees, all the wildlife. I mean, I'll just be driving, and the other day I was at the center on the wedding lawn, and it was just a beautiful day, nice winter time, and these beautiful kites just flew by, just 2 kites, and I've never seen them live in action, and it was beautiful to see. And you see eagles flying by randomly, so many different birds, but we just have an amazing community. So I see why you're so proud of it, and why you jumped on that West Volusia Pride board, because it's just a lot to be proud of. Is there anything you would like to share with our community about West Volusia, how to get this information?
That's going to be the big thing that I want to say, is that we do have 2 websites now. We have the www.visitwestvolusia.com, and then we have the www.coolcrafttrail.com. But also, whatever you're looking for, if the things that we talked about today, we have a wellness initiative that we've been working with here within the county, a weddings initiative, so it might just be like /weddings/wellness, but we have a great homepage where you can just kind of scroll down and see what you want if you're talking about the parks or the pancakes or whatever it might be that I talked about. But we definitely encourage people, and we have a visitor center within downtown DeLand, as I spoke about earlier, that we've got information on everything. Joe, you've been in there. I mean, there's just rows and racks of information,
and lots of things to do,
of good
not
information.
just information, but
and we
art
love
walks and
right.
Leonia Preserve and
Right.
all those things.
And we love to talk with you and help you plan, or people come in, sometimes they're looking for information for family that's coming in. We've got you can get a quantity of our brochures or goodies or whatever it is that you might need. So we're definitely there to help, because we really love to bring people in and have as many people as we possibly can here.
Well, living in West Volusia is just a great lifestyle, and you talked about wellness and
Mm-hmm.
health and wellness. I think living in an environment, in a community where you have so many beautiful park systems, you have so many things to do, you have a community, it goes a long way. And you said you have a wellness initiative. Tell us about that.
We do, and actually this was sparked by the County of Volusia. Tim Bailey had done some studies about how when you have a park system or a trail system within a county, how much more healthy people are, and that can save the community money because people are healthier, they walk more, they bike more. And so he really kind of sparked this whole idea. Plus there was also a lot of new opportunities for exercise, and I guess for lack of a better word, and different spas and that kind of thing in downtown DeLand. So there was a reflexology business, there was a Pilates business, there was 2 or 3 yoga places, there was a spa. And then you add that together with the kind of like mind, body, and spirit, with the whole idea of Casadega, where you can go there and meditate or have a reading or whatever it might be. And then you add everything up else with the with the parks and with the trails. So we really have this whole really nice kind of wellness idea that we could be a wellness destination.
Absolutely.
There's a over in Bonita Springs and Naples and that area, they've really become like a certified wellness destination. And I think Miami's doing more of that, to where people come in maybe and have a wellness weekend,
Sure.
like a girls' getaway or a mancation or whatever it might be, that was centered around doing things that were more healthy and healthy eating, even because we did have a lot of farm to table and,
Sure.
and great restaurants and that kind of thing. So that's been a huge initiative, and especially now after the pandemic, when everybody kind of sat around and got the quarantine weight off. But seriously, that's been something else that we've worked with the chambers and
I
different
imagine
people.
the Coast to Coast Trail and the River to Sea Trail,
Mhm.
all that's going to just benefit
All that
health
just-
and wellness even more.
It does. It does. So, and if you come to see me and take a look at our, I guess our regular brochure, we've got a wellness section in it where I did goat yoga.
Oh, wow.
So that was really fun. But just
West
that
Volusia even has goat
we
yoga.
even have goat yoga. So, but that's been something fun to see and fun to put together. So, anytime that we can, again, connect all of the dots, connect from Astor all the way down to Deltona. That's a big group of cities and communities.
Huge.
And so that's really what we're trying to do. And the river runs through it, as they say. So the river is still our centerpiece and a beautiful, beautiful part of what we do. You can go out here. I love Lake Monroe and that
beautiful.
whole area where you go out and see a beautiful sunset. And so it's
breathtaking.
It's a pretty place to be.
It's so many different things, from, like you said, from Barberville all the way to Deltona, with nature preserves and park systems and beauty and neat stuff. A crappie tournament, goat yoga, just so many things that are outside the box that people don't think of, but I think our community loves it. So thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
I always enjoy spending time with you.
I enjoy spending time with you
And I love
too.
seeing you out in the community and all the hard
thank
work
you.
you're doing, and thank you for all that you do.
Well, thank you.
And is there anything else you'd like to share with our community?
No, just again, the www.visitwestvolusia.com. Come see us at 116 West New York Avenue in DeLand, and just keep promoting the area and telling everybody how beautiful it is.
Thank you for engaging our show today, and please stay engaged in our community. So much to do, as you can see, and we look forward to seeing you next time.